What if I told you that just a few simple shifts in your mindset could change your entire life? These aren't just random tips. They're time-tested lessons from people who've seen it all, who've lived through the highs and the lows, and who know what truly matters. Whether you're looking for clarity, motivation, or just a reminder of your own strength, these lessons will stick with you long after this video ends. Stick around, because the final lesson might just be the one that transforms everything for you. Number 1. Focus on what truly matters. Let's face it, saying I'm too busy is often just an excuse. It's not about having no time. It's about deciding what deserves your attention. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, but how we use them is what sets us apart. Think for a moment. Are you spending time on what truly aligns with your values, or are you letting distractions take over? If something is important enough, you'll find a way to fit it in. It's all about priorities. Here's what you can do. Evaluate your day. Are your actions helping you grow, or are they just keeping you occupied? Eliminate what doesn't serve you and invest in what does, whether it's relationships, self-improvement, or meaningful goals. Number 2. Guard your inner peace. Sometimes the best way to protect your happiness is to keep it to yourself. You don't need validation from others for what brings you joy. Oversharing can invite negativity, criticism, or even unnecessary attention that drains the positive energy from those moments. And then there's trust. It's a delicate thing. That saying about salt and sugar looking alike is a powerful reminder. Not everyone who seems kind has your best interests at heart. It's wise to give trust gradually and observe actions over words. Take a second to reflect. How often have you been disappointed because you trusted too soon? Building trust takes time and patience, and it's okay to set boundaries. True character is often revealed during tough situations. Ultimately, protecting your peace is about being intentional. Be selective about what you share and with whom. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, and don't let anyone disrupt the calm you've worked so hard to create. Keep things simple. Stay mindful of where your energy goes and prioritize a life that feels right to you. Number 3. Rely on yourself. Here's a truth that might sting a little. You can't depend too much on anyone, not even the people closest to you. At the end of the day, even your shadow disappears when you're in complete darkness. This isn't about being cynical. It's about recognizing that true strength comes from within. Life has a way of throwing unexpected challenges at us, and relying solely on others can leave you feeling helpless when they can't or won't be there. That's why building self-reliance is so important. It's like creating your own safety net. Think of it this way. People can support you, but they can't carry you. You have to learn how to stand on your own. The more you cultivate independence, the less you'll feel shaken when things go wrong. So, take charge of your life, and don't be afraid to lean on your own capabilities. Number 4. Hope for the future. Isn't it exciting to think that some of the best days of your life haven't even happened yet? It's such a refreshing perspective. We often get so caught up in our current struggles that we forget the future is full of possibilities waiting to unfold. This mindset is a reminder to stay optimistic, even when things feel uncertain. Life isn't over just because you've hit a rough patch. There's always room for change, growth, and new opportunities. Take a moment to reflect. Imagine how far you've come already. 5 years ago, you probably dreamed about being where you are now, even if it's not perfect. The same will be true in the future. What you're going through today might just be paving the way for something incredible tomorrow. So, hold on to hope. Trust that your story is still being written, and the next chapter could be the one that changes everything. Stay open to new experiences, and remember that life has a way of surprising you when you least expect it. By embracing self-reliance and looking forward with optimism, you create a foundation for resilience and a mindset that's ready to welcome whatever life brings. Number 5. Break free from bad habits. Let's be real. Bad habits can feel like a cozy blanket. They're comfortable, familiar, and deceptively easy to slip into. But here's the catch. Once you're wrapped up in them, getting out is a real challenge. Think of bad habits as quicksand. The more time you spend in them, the harder it is to pull yourself out. They might seem harmless at first, like hitting snooze every morning or procrastinating, but over time, they chip away at your progress and hold you back from your potential. The good news? Habits can be changed. It's not easy, but every small step you take to replace a negative routine with a positive one is a win. Start with awareness. Identify what's keeping you stuck, and then take action, no matter how small. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight, but it's always worth it. Number 6. Success requires effort. You've probably heard the saying, "You reap what you sow," and it couldn't be more accurate. Trying to achieve success without putting in the work is like expecting a tree to grow without planting seeds. It just doesn't happen. Effort is the foundation of every achievement. Whether it's building a career, nurturing relationships, or working on personal growth, there's no shortcut. Sure, some people might seem like they've had it easy, but the truth is, lasting success always comes from dedication and perseverance. Here's something to think about. How often do we wish for results without being willing to invest the time and energy? It's tempting to look for the fastest route, but the most rewarding victories come from hard work. The process itself shapes you, teaching resilience and discipline along the way. So, instead of focusing on the end goal alone, embrace the journey. It's not just about what you achieve, but who you become while working toward it. Remember, anything truly worthwhile takes effort, but that's what makes it so meaningful. By breaking free from harmful patterns and committing to putting in the effort, you set yourself up for a life that's not only fulfilling, but also built on a foundation of hard-earned growth and success. Number 7. Choose the right people. Let's talk about relationships. The people in your life have a huge impact on your happiness, growth, and overall peace. If you're holding on to toxic or one-sided relationships, it's time to let go. Why? Because when you cling to the wrong people, you're closing the door on opportunities to meet the ones who truly value and support you. Think about it. If someone treats you like an option, why make them a priority? You deserve better. Surround yourself with individuals who see your worth and uplift you. Yes, cutting people off can be tough. It might feel harsh or uncomfortable. But remember, you're not being unkind. You're choosing your well-being. It's not about having a huge circle of friends or acquaintances. Quality matters so much more than quantity. A few genuine connections are far more valuable than dozens of shallow ones. Protect your space and fill it with people who help you grow, not hold you back. Number 8. Control your mind. Here's the thing. If you're not in control of your own thoughts, someone else will be. Whether it's social media, peer pressure, or societal expectations, there's always something trying to influence the way you think. The key is to recognize this and take charge of your mindset. Your mind is like a muscle. It gets stronger with training. If you let negative thoughts or outside opinions take over, it can spiral into self-doubt or indecision. But when you actively steer your thoughts in a positive and focused direction, you reclaim your power. Think of discipline as a tool that sharpens your mind. It's not always easy to stay motivated or focused, but small, consistent efforts add up. The more you practice controlling your reactions and thoughts, the better you get at staying grounded, even in challenging situations. At the end of the day, your mindset shapes your reality. Choose to invest in habits that strengthen your mind, whether it's through mindfulness, journaling, or simply pausing to reflect. The more control you have over your mental state, the less others can sway you. By letting go of negative influences and taking control of your mental space, you create a life that's not only peaceful, but also aligned with your true self. Both your relationships and your thoughts should serve as tools to elevate, not limit, your potential. Number 9. Stay resilient. Life can throw curveballs, and sometimes it feels like you're stuck in a storm with no way out. But here's the thing, you've been here before. Think about it. You've faced tough situations in the past, and you've come out stronger. This time will be no different. Resilience is all about staying calm in the face of chaos. Panicking or overreacting doesn't solve anything. It just drains your energy. Instead, take a deep breath, Remind yourself that this isn't your first challenge and focus on what you can control. Healing doesn't always mean shouting your struggles to the world. Sometimes the best way to recover is to process things quietly. Lean on yourself and trust that time and perseverance will guide you through. After all, growth often comes from the very moments that test us the most. Number 10. Health is wealth. Let's talk about something we often take for granted, our health. It's easy to get caught up in work, goals, or even relationships. But none of those things matter if you're not taking care of your body. Good health isn't just about looking fit. It's about having the energy and strength to enjoy life. Think of your body as your home. It's the only place you truly live. Ignoring it today might not seem like a big deal, but down the line, the choices you make now will either help or hurt you. Eating well, moving regularly, and resting enough aren't luxuries. They're necessities. And don't forget mental health. Your mind needs care just as much as your body does. Stress, overthinking, and burnout are silent killers of happiness. Make time to recharge, whether that's through meditation, hobbies, or simply slowing down. Remember, your health is your greatest asset. It allows you to chase dreams, build relationships, and live fully. So, treat it with the respect it deserves. It's the foundation of everything else in your life. By embracing resilience and prioritizing your well-being, you create a life that's not just about surviving but thriving. These aren't just lessons. They're tools to help you navigate the challenges and joys of every day. Number 11. Value time and experiences. Time is one of the few things you can't get back. Once it's gone for good. That's why it's so important to spend it wisely, on things that matter, on moments that leave you with memories, not regrets. Experiences hold far more value than material possessions. A memory stays with you, shapes you, and often becomes part of who you are. Too often, we get caught up chasing things, new gadgets, fancy clothes, or bigger houses, thinking they'll bring happiness. But in the end, it's the laughter, the connections, and the adventures that truly leave a mark. Instead of focusing on collecting stuff, aim to collect moments. Go on that trip, call an old friend, or spend an afternoon doing something you love. These are the treasures that enrich your life far beyond what money can buy. Number 12. Stay disciplined. Discipline is the difference between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not just about following routines or sticking to rules. It's about making choices that align with your long-term goals, even when it's hard. Let's be honest. Motivation comes and goes. There are days when you feel unstoppable, and others when just getting started feels impossible. That's where discipline steps in. It keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. It's about prioritizing what you want most over what feels easy in the moment. Every small act of discipline adds up. Skipping one lazy morning to work out or saying no to distractions to focus on your goals might seem minor, but over time, those decisions create momentum. They shape habits that lead to real progress. The beauty of discipline is that it builds confidence. Each time you follow through, you prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Over time, that belief becomes unshakable, giving you the foundation to chase even bigger dreams. By cherishing your time and practicing discipline, you build a life that's rich in meaningful experiences and steady progress. These habits don't just create success, they create a sense of fulfillment and pride in how you choose to live. Number 13. Control your mind. Your mind can either be your strongest ally or your worst enemy, and the difference lies in how you manage it. When you let outside influences dictate your thoughts, you give up your power, whether it's negativity from others, societal expectations, or your own doubts. Allowing these to take control only holds you back. Training your mind is like strengthening a muscle. It takes effort, consistency, and awareness. Catch yourself when negative thoughts creep in and redirect them toward something constructive. By doing this, you take charge of your mental space and build a foundation for clarity and focus. The key is to stay proactive. Don't wait for someone else to shape your mindset or decisions. Be intentional about what you let in and how you process it. This mental discipline allows you to stay calm, centered, and prepared for life's challenges. Number 14. Embrace failure as growth. Falling short is an inevitable part of life, but it's also one of the greatest teachers. If you're not occasionally stumbling, it might mean you're playing it too safe. Growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from stretching yourself, trying new things, and sometimes falling flat. The pain of failure can sting, but it's temporary. What's lasting are the lessons you learn and the strength you gain. Each mistake or setback provides insight into what doesn't work, guiding you closer to what does. What matters most is how you respond to these moments. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, treat it as a stepping stone. Adjust your approach, keep moving, and remember that every successful person has a trail of failures behind them. It's not about avoiding mistakes. It's about learning to rise each time you fall. Number 15. Prioritize self-improvement. Personal growth should be a lifelong commitment, not a temporary phase. When you focus on improving yourself, you naturally create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Self-improvement isn't about competing with others. It's about striving to become better than you were yesterday. The beauty of this mindset is that it keeps you focused on what truly matters, your journey, not anyone else's. When you're busy building a better version of yourself, there's no time for comparison, gossip, or negativity. Improvement also requires self-reflection. Take time to understand your strengths and areas where you can grow. Whether it's learning new skills, developing healthier habits, or strengthening your mindset, every step forward counts. Remember, growth isn't always fast or flashy. It's often slow, steady, and sometimes unnoticeable at first. But over time, those small efforts add up, transforming not just what you do, but who you are. By mastering your mind, embracing failure, and focusing on growth, you set yourself on a path to becoming resilient, adaptable, and fulfilled. These practices aren't just lessons, they're life-changing principles that shape who you become. Number 16. Focus on positive thinking. The way you approach situations in your mind can completely transform how you experience them. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing to see opportunities instead of obstacles. When challenges arise, it's easy to let negativity cloud your judgment, but shifting your focus to what you can learn or gain allows you to move forward with clarity. Optimism isn't a magic fix, but it empowers you to face difficulties with resilience. A positive outlook boosts your energy, improves your relationships, and even enhances your ability to solve problems creatively. So, next time you're faced with adversity, ask yourself, how can this help me grow? A simple change in perspective can make all the difference. Number 17. Embrace patience and the process. Life has its own rhythm, and trying to rush it often leads to frustration. Great things take time to build, whether it's a career, a relationship, or personal growth. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about trusting that the process will unfold as it should, even when progress feels slow. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Trying to force outcomes can lead to burnout or missed opportunities. Instead, stay consistent and focused, and allow time to do its part. By embracing patience, you not only reduce stress, but also enjoy the journey more fully. Number 18. Let go of the past to move forward. Carrying the weight of yesterday's mistakes or pain makes it harder to embrace today. The past isn't a place to live. It's a source of lessons and growth. Dwelling on it only keeps you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring what happened. It means choosing not to let it control your present or future. Use those experiences as a guide for what to avoid and what to strive for moving forward. By releasing the grip of the past, you open yourself up to new opportunities and a clearer perspective on what's possible. Life isn't meant to be lived looking backward. Focus on what's ahead and take each day as a fresh start. By choosing optimism, practicing patience, and releasing what holds you back, you create a life that's not only balanced, but also deeply fulfilling. These lessons remind us that our mindset and choices shape the quality of our lives. It's all about building a foundation for long-term growth and peace. Number 19. Don't rush. Trust the journey. Life's most meaningful accomplishments are rarely achieved overnight. Patience isn't just a virtue. It's an essential part of building something lasting. Trying to hurry through challenges or expecting instant results often leads to unnecessary success. Whether in personal growth, relationships, or career, requires consistent effort and time. Each small step forward is progress, even if it doesn't feel significant in the moment. By embracing the natural flow of life, you give yourself the chance to grow into the person you need to become, to handle the opportunities and successes that lie ahead. Trusting the process doesn't mean being passive. It means working steadily while understanding that the results will come when the time is right. It's about having faith in your efforts and staying committed, even when progress seems slow. Number 20. Sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term freedom. True freedom often requires letting go of temporary pleasures or conveniences to achieve something greater. Comfort zones are tempting, but they're also limiting. Staying in a place of ease may feel safe, but it keeps you from exploring your full potential. Achieving long-term freedom, whether financial, emotional, or personal, demands discipline and sacrifice. It might mean working harder now, saving more, or making choices that feel tough in the moment. However, these sacrifices pave the way for a life where you're not bound by unnecessary constraints later on. This principle isn't about depriving yourself. It's about investing in your future. By delaying gratification and focusing on your bigger goals, you're setting yourself up for a life of greater opportunities, flexibility, and independence. The rewards of this mindset far outweigh the temporary discomfort it might bring. By focusing on what truly matters and being willing to endure short-term difficulties, you can create a life filled with meaning, growth, and true freedom. These are lessons that not only guide your actions, but also shape your character and the legacy you leave behind. Now that you've heard these powerful life lessons, it's time to take action. Don't just let these words inspire you. Let them push you to create the life you've always wanted. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Together, we're building a community of growth, purpose, and transformation. Your journey starts here. Let's take the next step together.